All right, I'm going to take a little time and look at this word here at the top. And those of you that have not heard that word, I'm not going to repeat it. Or if I do, I'll have to kind of pause as I say it so that it will load. Otherwise, the video will not load. Anyway, so let's start here. That is established by someone named Gates, Bill. Okay. They've already done the mock-up for it. And just like the other one, they had a mock-up for it. But where I'm going to go with this is where most of my videos have been heading lately, and I cannot say everything I would like to. I cannot at this point in time. This cat and contagion, of course that's CC, the initials, 33. That's a given, that's what they do 9 times out of 10. And 3 and 3 as written is a 6. That's why the Masons hold that number very dear to them. So 3 times is the charm. And keep in mind, the wise will see harm and get out of harm's way. Now this was started years ago, even with the Sky Angel Cowboy Logan radio show that many people fell for because it pulled at their heartstrings. That was a 100% satanic agenda. I have a video in there somewhere on that if you want to check into that. 3 times is the charm. Well, as of, I think, 2 days ago or whenever, the Palisades fires, they have made sure that they have called this a catastrophic contagion. I hope that loads. It seems to help if you pause longer than normal. And a lot of times I do this on my videos. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I do that on purpose so that I can load videos. Otherwise, nope, they're not going to get up. So we have that said twice now. And they will do these on 3s. Possibly 6 events to do it, but usually 3 times the charm. That's why the word charm is C. The letter C is the number 3, and then you have harm after that. So with that said, if you have any charms with you anywhere in your home, burn them. That's why they wanted our children and us to eat what? Lucky Charms, right? I mean, it's just endless. It's a cobweb, satanic garbage can that they have created here. Now below that, well, let me stay to the same topic for another few moments here. They are going to go after our pets. And I'm not telling you that out of fear. I'm telling you out of use wisdom here. When they come knocking at your door, because they know you have pets, tell them, no, my pets ran away. And many people, when I tell them, my mother, in fact, this morning, I told her she's got numerous pets. And she is finally awake to a lot of these things, sees where it's going. I told her, I said, if they come knocking on your door and want to take your pets, because there's the 2 words at the top there of the screen, tell them your pets ran off. She said, nope, I'm not going to lie. People will say this because they have not read the Bible or have not retained parts of it. Do you remember the woman that was given honor for her lie in the Bible? When some of the Lord's men were running and hiding, and she was asked which direction did they go, and she led them astray. Well, she didn't tell the truth. Okay? Common sense has to be common again. Common sense is uncommon now. It's so uncommon that it's not even funny. And I am not saying that lying is a good thing. I'm sure you understand what I'm saying here. So that's where that's all headed. Now, each person has their own walk with the Lord, but the scriptures are very clear. As long as you don't cherry pick them. You can't cherry pick the scriptures. And, know your enemy. That's not in there, just to be in there. Stay out of harm's way. And the Lord protects us as we do that. And He protects us when we can't do that. But when things are so obvious as they are these days, clearly, they've been saying it for hundreds of years. This is the end days. Now, there's no way around it. Anyone that is awake knows that is now a fact. This is not the end years, it's the end days. Now let's move on to chump here. This is a date that is highly, and I mean very highly, probable that they're going to pull something pretty major. Because as the calendar sits, 66 days into the year, he will be 78, which is a 15 when you add it up, and 15 is a 6, okay? He will be 6 months and 66 days old on March 7th, leaving 299 days left in the year. 2, 9, and 9 is 20. It's for the letter T. They're either going to, allegedly take him out of the script, or partially, or something's going on, or probably many events I can see happening on the March 7. And this is very likely. I'm not saying it will happen, but I have seen how they do these numbers, and it is their script. They follow the numbers. Just like this thing at the top here, and it said that the bird flew, and bird is 33, could not make human contact a human. And on the 6th, a couple days ago, on the 6th, of course it is, right? They had their first human perish, allegedly, from this, okay? And that was on January, the number I just said. It's always that way, folks. And next time you're watching a movie or reading a book, I don't care what Christian movie it is, how much it makes you cry and pulls at your heartstrings, it will be completely filled up with 666. You're not hearing it and seeing it. Usually they'll pull it right when they're pulling on your heartstrings the most, when you start to choke up a little bit and you feel teary-eyed. Well, that's when they're feeding you the numbers. And that's why on these Bible apps, it sounds great, doesn't it? But look at the phone when they hold it up. The time signatures will almost always be his birth date. Add up to a 14. Or a 19. But he calls himself the father of that number, so. These movies, I don't care what it is, Little House on the Prairie, anything that you can imagine, they have tainted. And if you really pay attention, even within your own speech, make sure you're not using that number pronunciation unnecessarily. You're going to find that everyone that sits down to tell you a story, they'll say, oh, about 6 months ago. When in fact it wasn't, okay? It might have been close to that, but it wasn't. If they walk in with a bag of groceries and you say, oh, how many bananas did you get? Or apples or whatever. Oh, I don't know, maybe 6 in there. If they tell you a story when they're young, oh, I was about 6 years old, or I was 16. This has been pushed on humanity for so long that it is brainwashed and has become induced onto the tongues of men and women. Now, that certain amount of things, is it wrong to have that? Well, of course not. If you were born then, is that wrong? No. The thing is, the entire system is satanic and has been turned into that. You only have numbers 1 through 10 in existence here. Any number larger than that, you borrow from 1 through 10. That's also why if you add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 and go all the way to 10, you will get 55. It's not a coincidence that 5 and 5 equals 10. That's the complete satanic trap circle net. And not too many years ago, Johnny Depp and Marilyn Manson, and it's still out there somewhere. It's a very disgusting music video. And the title of it is, You Say God, We Say 10. S-A-Y 10. Now, I want to conclude here with, in the scriptures, we are commanded to expose evil at all times. We are also to keep our joy about us and all the fruits of the Spirit. But we are commanded to expose evil. Now, you cannot let it overwhelm you and smash you, and it can, okay? So at any point in time when you're looking at the stuff I'm showing, I'm doing this to sound an alarm in these areas. There are others that sound them too. But first and foremost, above exposing evil, stay in His Word, the living Word. Keep your joy, your peace about you. All the fruits. And right now my tone on here probably doesn't sound real joy-filled. And it's not. I don't like seeing these things, and I don't even ask to see them for the most part. And it's just thrown on me. But I have went to where I wouldn't show anything and was strongly put back in my place. I hope this helps. I know everyone loves their pets. So use your wits. The Lord gave us a lot of common sense, and He gave us discernment. The Holy Spirit. He gives us everything. We just need to use everything.